guys, welcome back to another episode of Talking Shirts. Today I'm joined by a new friend, but also, if not, I have to say, like, we became friends instantly when we discussed football shirts. And how are you, mate? This is Winksy, Kyle Winks. How are you? And what are you doing, mate? What are you doing right now? Is it late? Is it early?
It's 20 to 9 here. So yeah, we've had probably one of the best weekends we've had in a long time in the UK. It's been beautiful. So we've had nice sunshine like you guys would have had, and we've enjoyed it. And it's kind of coming to the end of my day. My little boy is downstairs, so he'll be having a bath soon. So literally, as soon as I finish here, I'll be bathing him and
I get used to that soon. Oh yeah,
yes,
don't worry.
Yeah. Congratulations, buddy.
Honestly, thank you.
Welcome
It's been
to the best club.
It's been a couple of days becoming a dad, and I've already bought the little one maybe 5 or 6 jerseys. And let's just say, or kits, I don't know how you guys, we have to remember how we call the kids' clothings across the world. But it's crazy when you say that, like, how much things change. Like, you buy jerseys and kits for yourself, and now you realize you gotta share the love. So do you have any kits for the little one?
I got him for his birthday, and this is a crazy story, but I got him the Real Madrid, the purple
nice.
shirt.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a kit, but the reason we got it for his birthday was my first shirt, well, not first shirt, but one that really kicked me off collecting the shirts was when I got my mystery football jersey, the mystery boxes.
Yep.
And I got a Granada shirt from it. Beautiful, but it's got the La Liga badge on the arm. So I'd be wearing it, and Jed would just wander up, and he's at that point where he's 2 now, so he loves colours, he loves numbers, and he'd go up to the La Liga badge and he'd be going, red, orange, green,
That's cute,
yellow. And he'd go around and you'd say a colour and he'd point at it. So we did that constantly, and we were just like, do you know what? We need to get him one. So he's got a little La Liga badge on his arm. So I scoured the web, and I managed to get a little 18 to 24 month Real Madrid purple kit, and he loves it. He wore it today when we were just kicking the ball around in the garden. I was in my Porto shirt, he was in his Real Madrid shirt, and he loves it. He'll literally just stop sometime and he'll just look at his arm and go, orange, blue, purple. It's honestly so cute.
You definitely have to get him a derby kit.
Yeah, I did this with my nephew, and I'm doing it with Jed now, is that every birthday I get him a jersey with Jed. So when he was first born, I just got him Jed on the back of it. And then for his first birthday, I got Jed number 1, and then Jed 2, and so on. And I'll just keep doing that until he says, Dad, stop with the derby shit. Which I hope will be never, but you never know. So yeah, he's got all the derby shirts so far. And he's got a Real Madrid shirt as well, but just because of the La Liga, that was all. But yeah,
that's
nice. It's nice to have stories about it, and I try to with Jed. So, but I'm gonna, like, my family, well, her family on her side, they're avid Liverpool fans. So they've bought him a Liverpool shirt, and I'm just like, just derby shirts for now, for the time being.
Oh, that's awesome. I do like the 1, 2, 3 sort of scenario you got going on with the shirt. I might do that with my little one. I actually was going to wear that shirt behind me yesterday. And then the nurse is like, hey, do you want to bathe your daughter? And I was like, oh, maybe I should change the shirt. I probably shouldn't be wearing that while I bathe. And 3 seconds in, while I was putting her into water, she decided to pee all over the second item I was wearing. Because can you imagine if I was wearing that one behind me? I kind of would be a little pissed, if not pissed on. So let's just keep it at that. But look, I think when it comes to sharing love, it's going to be really exciting for me now, because I get to buy the kits in little versions, and I look at them and I'm like, oh my God, I just bought a 99 2000 Valencia kit, kid size, brand new in bag for the little one. So I'm really excited to be wearing the same jersey in 2 different sizes.
No, I saw your little photo with the PSG. You were in the PSG shirt and the kit next. So I was like, that is so cute.
The modern kits are much easier to get, but I think anything from the past, like maybe 20 years ago, because I said to my wife, I'm like, I'd love to find a brand new in bag, 30-year-old, United kit that I have, say like the snowflake in a kid's version. But I know we won't be able to find a brand new one back. But still, if I was to find a kid size, we could have matching ones. Like, that'd be amazing. But the fact that like this is it's actually, I think this is the same age as me. This was 92. So I was a 91 born. So this is the same age as me.
God, I feel old. I'm 87, so
Oh, come
I'm
on, man. It's not that
34
bad.
this year. Yeah, but you know what? I always look at people. I always feel like I'm a lot younger, and like I still feel like I'm like 26, 27, but then I realize that I'm 33 years old, and
Well, you gotta remember,
yeah,
some of the kids collecting kits these days are probably like 16 and 18, and they're collecting shirts twice their age.
I know it's
And
mad.
like some of the
You've got
kits
some
that I
beautiful
have in my
shirts, by the way.
collection, yeah, I look at some of the kits that I have in the collection, like they're in the early 90s and late 80s. And that's the thing about kits, I think we don't realize, is that a lot of them have been around longer than some of the money that we use. And we say money's dirty, but can you realize and remember that some of the kits that we buy from the internet have had multiple homes, and not many people talk about the pre-owners, like how and who had it before them. And that's why I'm really excited for this kit here, because I know the only person that has had it, apart from you sending to me, is me. I'm really excited to show everyone this kit that we have here today. Do you have yours on you right now, or is it in
I
your...
do. 1 second. I will get mine. Just on my rail next to me.
And the thing about this kit is, I've come across them a couple of years ago, and I think Hector Bellerin became a silent, or one of the main investors with the guy who owns
Yes.
the
Yeah.
club, Dave Little. I can't remember his name. What was his name again? The Electro City owner.
I'm not too sure. I know he's been on TalkSport so much recently as well, but
Yeah.
I have.
So the club, entire club, like they've gone, I think, vegan friendly. They've become one of the
Yes.
first clubs to be recognized by FIFA and a few other organizations, with the ethical things they're doing for, climate change, and just, when it comes to their kits. I believe their new kit as of this year is made from coffee beans, but the kit that we have
Coffee
in front
beans,
of
yes.
us is made from bamboo.
Bamboo, yeah.
So yeah, I'm really
Yeah.
excited to open it. I think this is like a grand opening, because I don't want to hold you too long, because I know, like you said, you've got the little one needing a
They're gonna.
bath soon.
But the coffee beans that only came, I think. Like I heard it on the news recently. I think it was in the like past 2 days. The coffee beans. It's coffee
Yep.
beans and recycled plastic, and
Yeah,
it's just
and
crazy
I
how
think
they're.
that's why they released a whole new last minute from the bamboo versions.
You know what I love about Forest Green as well? They like most clubs, they'll release 3, 4 shirts every season. Their shirts are for 2 seasons,
Hmm.
so you're not going out and buying
A
three,
new
four,
one every
six
year. I
shirts.
do love that.
Yeah, so they do it for the 2 seasons, which I think that they say that the club that um, they economically, so
Yeah.
that makes more sense, doesn't it, to do it like that?
I think I remember even Real Madrid and a few of the other Adidas teams connected with Parlay. I remember, what was that Liverpool player that played there? I'm having a bit of a mental blank. Xavi Alonso, when he went and played, they had him model, even Marcelo modeled, I think it was the Bayern and the Real Madrid kits, where that was made from plastic for Parlay and Adidas. And I think that was the last time they did something like that. I know a lot of the big manufacturers now say, we've got like recycled materials, we've got like 50% this, 50% that. But I feel like when it comes to the ethical side, Forest Green are the only club that I know of that every year or every second year, they still push the boundaries for this. And I think that's one thing I'd love to see more, is clubs doing a lot more ethical things with the kits. But
And I
here we
think
go.
you'll see it. You'll see it a lot more often now. I think that is it's just beautiful, so bright, and the zebra look is just amazing.
Yeah, this is amazing. It feels so good. It actually feels really
This is what I've
sturdy.
been saying. Yeah, this is what I've been saying. Like every time, like if I tweet about it, I don't know how to like put it across, but the feel, the material, you feel any other shirt, be it Nike, Adidas, and the material just has that stronger feeling to it. And I know
It
it's a
really
bit more
does.
baggy and loose, which you'll find, but I think the guys that I think it's Player Layer.
Yeah.
They I think they've done really well with this shirt. Like I always reach out to them and they retweet and they communicate. But the shirt is absolutely stunning.
Well, for people out there listening and watching this, because this will be on YouTube and to Spotify, but I compare a lot of shirts, and one thing I always look at, you can never actually look at yours as well while you hold yours in
Yeah.
your hands. Internally, the stitching is something I always look at, and the paneling system, it's simple. Like the sleeves are one patch, and it's been overlapped here to allow the cuffing. But when you look at the stitching, the system on this is similar to the Nike stitching. I think one of my most hated manufacturers and their stitching designs is Yako or Jacko. I'm not sure how you pronounce them over there. Um,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
yeah, the stitching on theirs is so poor, even though their jerseys and their materials are nice. But I feel like this is on par with the Nike stitching. It's really good. But yeah, the stretch and the feel of this material is really good. Now, I haven't worn this yet, so I'm not sure how much I'll sweat in it. Have you worn yours, and do you have any
See, I
recommendations, like
wore
weather-wise?
I wore their away shirt.
Oh, you got
Played in
both.
5-a-side in it, and yeah, I played in when we weren't in lockdown. I played 5-a-side in it. Just I think it was the last game before we went into lockdown, and it I didn't really sweat in it at all. Where I've wore other shirts, be it Puma, I've
Mhm.
got the Valencia shirt, and I found that I sweat so much when I wore that Puma Valencia shirt. But no, Forest Green in the home shirt, no bother at all.
Yeah, I have to say,
And
I also
honestly,
sweat a lot. And do you have the latest Puma Valencia shirt?
I have this one here. One second. So I think it's from a year or so ago.
Yeah, last year's one.
Yeah, but I got it because I love the design on the shoulder, and I
Yeah.
love the black and the orange, and I've got a bit of a soft spot for Valencia. But when
Oh,
I wore it, I literally, when you come off the pitch, I felt like it was like stuck to my back.
100%. Yeah, I was just trying to find the current season one. I don't know where I've left it. I think may have taken it with me. But yeah, it's the same thing with the Puma stuff that I've got this season. A lot of them do have that sweat effect, and even the Nike Vapor Edition that I have here of the Inter Milan kit from this year, I've worn that a few times, and I
Mm.
have to say, like, even though it's got the high tech, I still feel pretty sweaty in that one. But I'm really excited to see this one because for something that's made from bamboo, I've got a lot of bamboo t-shirts, like white and black t-shirts in my collection of non-colored clothing apart from my jerseys. I have to say this is really strong, and yeah, I'm really excited to see how this goes on a game to day-to-day situation. But I have to say one more thing is I came across the club on FIFA a couple of years ago, and I played a few manager modes with them, and I've always was intrigued by their colors and the badge. I did realize that their original colors were black and white, and then recently they've gone to the green and black. I think
Yeah,
it was 2010 when the investor took over. Have you gone to watch them in person?
I haven't. No, no, no. But do you know what? It's weird. Once you buy like a shirt, I've got like a weird fondness now, so I always keep an eye on them. I've seen that they've gone into second. I think they won yesterday. I think it was. So they've got up
Okay.
into second place now. So that's massive because if they get into League One and then they've got one more step really to get into the Championship,
Yeah.
and the Championship's an amazing league.
Well, look,
I love it to pieces.
being from this Australia, like being so far away, we don't have that sort of location identification like you would have with Derby or any other team and any other supporter in the UK where you're born and bred in that city. You have to bleed for that city. So for us over here or anyone across the world, we come across these teams through FIFA or social media. Yeah. And
Yeah,
for me, like, I think Forest Greens is like a cult sort of thought now when I think about it. Like, I came across them on FIFA. I bonded with someone online like yourself about a kit and the design and even the ethical side of things. So now the club plays a lot more special in my mind than just the jersey. I
yeah.
think now
Oh,
when I look at it, it's it's the friendship that we bonded over the community. And talking about the community, like, I have to say, like, it's been short and fast that I've had a liking, and we had great discussion. We've even got the matching glasses today. But yeah, like, what's your story with the kit community? I think you said before we started recording that you were only online for a few months,
yeah.
and now it's gone crazy for you.
But what's it? The Yeah, it's gone crazy. I think I always had a Twitter account, and I just used to use it for football updates, fantasy football, derby, and I
Yep.
just flick through it like that. And then I think, and I always had it. You find it with like British fans is that if you support a club, you tend not to really buy any other English team shirts. it's
Yeah.
kind of like people look down at it as that like a no-no for some reason. But the way that I look at it now is that it's not really the team or shirt and how it looks. So I think I went and I kind of fell in love with. I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen the Wolves away shirt this year?
Hmm. Yep.
It's Adidas, but it's kind of got like a
I
blue and white.
didn't like it, but I see why you like it.
Yeah, this one here, I kind of like. I love it. A lot of people hate it. And I always had a fondness of it, and people were like, oh, you can't get that. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get it. And I got it.
Yeah.
And then I got the Forward Madison, and then I just kept buying and buying, and then I kept tweeting. And then I think like I put one photo where I just like looked to the side, just being this poser.
Yeah.
And I put it on, and literally you just start following people, and people start. And what I find is everyone's so friendly on there.
It
Like
is.
everyone reached out to me quite quickly. Um, I've had no. I know a lot of people say there's a lot of trolls on Twitter. I've had nothing of the sort. No one's said anything out of line or anything of those lines. And then I just started to reach out to people, and then I kept putting more photos on, and then
Hmm.
it just blossomed from that. And I did say before, I've been like I spoke to a few people, and I think January and February, for us in the UK, because we were on lockdown and the weather hasn't been great. For me, I'd be starting work at 9 and I'd be finishing at 6, and it'd be pitch black outside. It'd be freezing cold. You find that you can't do anything after work because it, it's dark, it's cold, we're in lockdown, so you can't do anything full stop. So I personally, I'm quite a positive person, and mentally I'm really strong. And people usually come to me, and I have to pick them up and be the shoulder to cry on. But I kind of struggled in January,
Mm.
and I think because I didn't have football to go to watch Derby or have a kickabout on a Sunday with my friends, I didn't really have a hobby, and I struggled. And the football shirt community kind of became my hobby. And I have said before to everyone on there, I said, you guys for the month of January have like literally really helped me out like massively mentally. And I keep saying it on my Twitter, like just be kind, and that's what I'm trying to do with the football shirt community. Like so many people will reach out to me and say, oh Kyle, can you just retweet this? I just need to do this. And I do no second thought, I'll do it straight away for you.
Yeah.
And I think I did it the other day where some guy was just like, do you know what, I need to get rid of some of my shirts, and I'd love you if you could just put a tweet together with my link for Depop, and just say that I'm just desperate for some money for this moment. I was like, right, I'll do it straight away. And I think he sold 20 of his shirts and got the money that he needed. And he like messaged me after saying, do you know what, I'm so glad, I'm like so happy that you helped me out. And I was just like, do you know what, it shouldn't be a second thought for anyone. Like if we can help each other out on here, then that's all I'll try and do. Because at the
100%.
moment, like they helped me massively in January. So if I can help anyone out, then 100% do it.
Yeah.
But
Look,
yeah,
I
no, I
think
absolutely love it. And
I
I think,
think
do you know what? It's weird. I bought shirts that I love, but I've kind of like really got a fondness now for the 90s shirt.
yeah.
And literally, I really think that's where my collection is gonna kind of go to. Like I've got some lovely shirts now from this era, but I've kind of fallen in love quite hard for just the templates and the shirts from the 90s.
Look, I think like going back on the first topic, we had the similar lockdown version. I think we had about 7 months in Melbourne.
Yeah,
The rest of Australia was living their life. Queensland and every other sunny state was partying during winter. And while us in Melbourne, we had a massive, massive lockdown. We had about 7 months. And yeah, it was around this time last year in March where, we're sitting at home, and it was the first 2 weeks, and then it got extended by 6 weeks, and they got extended by another 6 weeks, and then ended up being up until September and October, and a bit longer than that. And yeah, I think the shirt community was something that really got me and got my attention. Being a football photographer, I've always been sort of in love with football in many ways, more than one. And then I think it was this this community that, allowed us to speak and communicate and find friends across the world. I think, like I've said it many times, I became friends with Kitted Out's Ollie. And yeah, look,
Yeah,
every morning, every night, I know timing and different time zones, it's hard to have conversations, but I'll wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock for a game. Don't worry, I didn't wake up for this morning's Chelsea versus United game. Seemed really shit anyway, 0-0. But I think that was the best thing about football. It connects. Allow us to open up. And when it comes to the community of the kits, like there's no right or wrong way to talk about it. And I think just having a good old, how are you? Yeah, I like this shirt. Thank you so much. Goodbye is better than sitting at home and having these thoughts to yourself.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. No, I've
Yeah.
literally really enjoyed it, and I still do. Like, I've got my eye on a few more shirts that I quite like, and like I bidded on this. This is why I love it. I won this on Friday, this shirt on eBay.
Yeah.
And the guy lived locally luckily because he's a Derby fan himself. So I said to him, instead of you guys posting it, I'll come and collect it. You live 24 minutes away from me. So I jumped in the car on Saturday and pulled up at his house. He came out to me, popped it on my car seat. I opened my door and I think we just spoke for 15, 20 minutes, just about Derby County, about where I sat, where he was a season ticket holder as well.
Oh, wow.
Where he sat, where I sat, what do we think about the team, about Koku this season and last, and the football and the Wayne Rooney. And it's just so nice just to like, as I said before, I really miss just to go in for 2 hours on a Tuesday and a cold night at Pride Park, just sitting and chatting with I go with my dad and I go with a few friends. We've got about 7 of us. And it was just so nice to sit there and just natter and chat away about Derby County. And I was just like, do you know, I've never met this guy before. We now follow each other on Twitter. And I guarantee you, once we're back at Pride Park and we're back, I'll probably reach out to him and say, do you know what? Do you want to come round to the South Stand and just have a drink outside of a beer? And you can meet my friends. He can bring his family or whatever it is. And yeah, I think without the football community, I wouldn't be reaching out to like so many people. And it is it's as you can see, I'm beaming with a smile on my face.
No, 100%.
It's massive help me.
I think like the pandemic taught a lot of us to take a step back and realize there's a lot of us out there, and there's always someone out there to have a conversation with. I think this is where mental health and the issues with just not opening up, and I think the shirt community has allowed a lot of us to connect with others, even people we never thought we'd become friends with, we now have become friends with, even though we're so separated by the distance and, metaphorically speaking, like just keeping away from each other to keep ourselves safe. I think online and kit community being on Twitter and Instagram and on YouTube and many other ways, we've connected with a common topic that has been the art and the history of jerseys and kits that connect us. So I will always look at this one and remember the connection I made with you during this pandemic. And I think that's something special about this kit for me now, because I could have just gone online and bought it, but the fact that you and I connected and I said to you, mate, here's some money, I've never met you in my life, here's a couple of dollars on PayPal, and you're like, done, I'll ship it to you next morning. You sent it to me, and the day it got here, I was like, bloody hell, like, I've met people on RuneScape who have dodged me, and I don't know if you're old enough to remember RuneScape or all those games, but it was like World of Warcraft. Yeah, wow. And you meet people online and they just steal your items and never come back. But I have to say, this is one I'll remember forever because it will remind me of 2020, 2021, and the bond and friendship that you and I have made.
Love that. That's wicked.
Before we end the conversation and allow others to, end this chat that we've had, I want to show off some of your shirts so some of the viewers can know your collection a lot more. So if there's a shirt behind you, I know you really love that Bayern Munich shirt, as we've seen on your Twitter, but feel free to show off and describe some of your favorites.
So I've got the 4 here. Well, I've just popped behind me. I've got on the community, we kind of say like Holy Grail, but I kind of fell in love with this shirt and I was just like, I've got a bit of a soft spot for Porto.
Yep.
But if you have a look at this shirt, it's absolutely beautiful.
It is.
And then I've got
Being a Lisbon fan, I still say that.
and then I've got a weird soft spot for 1860 Munich as well. This shirt here, and it's weird because I have got I have no idea why, but I had an 1860 Munich shirt when I was, I think, 10 or 11, and I have no idea why I got it. And then the other day I came across it on another guy on Twitter that I bought the buy-in and the 1860 from. And I said, is there any chance I can steal that one off you as well? And he sent it to me. It's not the best looking shirt, but it's just a bit
That's so
sentimental
nice.
for me.
Yeah.
It's 1860, but this is the shirt that I had when I was like 10 or 11. And I saw it and I was like, I love that shirt. Like, can I just get off you for sentimental value? And he was like, yeah, of course, yeah. So they're my bits and bobs. I bought this one the other day, and it's weird because I've never heard of Casino Salzburg before, but I saw it and I was like, I'm absolutely in love with the template. Yeah, the template and the colours I just fell for. And I think that's another part as well. You be scrolling through shirts that you've never seen before, and it kind of gets you to do a bit of research and like look into things.
Yeah.
And that's what I got from it as well. I'm like, now I need to know everything about Casino Salzburg and what happened to him. But I believe
it's
what I've
addictive.
read up is that, yeah, it's Red Bull, isn't it? Now,
yeah,
I think they came in. Yeah. So, but can you believe it? Look at that template and the colour, and now it's Red Bull Salzburg.
I know. And that's the hardest thing with football. Like, you come across all these kids and you're like, oh, there's a bit of history. I think that's what happened with me. I fell in love with a Peruvian team called Alianza Lima. I've got not one, but my goal is to collect all their jerseys from the early 80s till now. Their current kits are pretty shitty. Like, I'm going to make a bit of a mess here. Sorry, I got to make a mess. My wife's going to kill me for doing this. But I've got, like, this is one of their newer ones. So, like, you got that.
That's amazing.
Then you've got, like...
Sorry, my little boy is just coming into the room.
That's all right. That one. He can jump in the chat too. And then this one.
That's mad. That's it. And you just start collecting them and you get so many different shirts. I love that. Sorry, my little boy just ran in. And
You're fine.
Just like, looking at us like, hello.
I have to get used to that. So that's good introduction for me. Yeah. But yeah, look, I won't hold you up. I know when it comes to dad life, it's going to get real for me. So I understand the potential of my future chats being interrupted by some little child screaming.
All I can think of, I don't know if you'd have seen it, but it went viral here in the UK. Of the
yes, the guy.
And then we saw the nanny come running in like. that's all I could think. I saw my little boy just run across. I was like, here we go. But no, what's it? If you honestly, if you ever need like just anything about becoming a dad, if you want a vent or you just want to like ask anything, just drop me a message. I'm sure we'll soon chat again. Like I've loved this. So yeah, if you ever need anything, just I know you're on the other side of the world, but if you ever need to ask, or if you ever need to just have a moment where you need to just have a bit of a vent, a bit of a rant, then yeah, I'm all ears.
No, it's all good. I totally appreciate that and understand. I do welcome that offer, so I'm always down for a chat. I think the kit community has taught me that we can always have a conversation. But look, thank you so much for the kit once again. Thank you so much for always being a voice on the community. And yeah, let's see what the next couple of years, if not months, bring for the community. Hopefully, once you're allowed out and sunny days reappear in London, not that you always get sunny days in the UK. Yeah, I hope that everything starts to blossom and you guys get to enjoy a spring and a summer in the next couple of months.
Thank you. And good luck with everything. And now I'll keep an eye on all your posts for your little one. But yeah.
Don't worry, I can't wait for the kids to arrive. But look, always stay positive. And I think the best thing that we learned over here, ever since things have opened up, is that always be kind. Like you said before, always stay positive, and there's always a brighter day tomorrow. But if anyone needs to talk, you know, both of us are here for a conversation.
Yes.
But don't be scared to reach out, because everyone out there is always welcome for a chat.
Yeah. Perfect.
Awesome, mate. Well, thank you so much. Stay safe.
No problem.
And I
I'm
shall
gonna
speak
go
to
and do
you soon, all
background.
right? You go be a dad, okay? See
Yeah,
you, mate.
thank you, buddy. Take care.